Hello everybody, this is Debo with Debo's Movie Reviews here, and this week's review will be the Deadpool. Not to be confused with the Marvel anti-hero, but the fifth adaptation in the Dirty Harry franchise, starring the great Clint Eastwood, and or so I could say Clint Eastwood's final outing as Detective Harry Callahan, featuring Evan C. Kim as his partner, Liam Neeson as Peter Swan, David Hunt as Harlan Warwick, Patricia Clarkson as Samantha Maxwell, and Jim Carrey as Johnny Squares, featuring Guns N' Roses as Welcome to the Jungle is in the soundtrack, and some cameos by the band, especially Slash. And when it comes to action movies, usually the fifth one's usually the worst one. Examples being like Death Wish and Rambo. But well, let's just say Dirty Harry's the exception to the rule. I mean, just as it's one of the best ones. But then again, I always kind of thought, and I've already clarified in my reviews of the other reviews of the franchise, about how each sequel is better than the first one. And this one kind of adds a bit of a horror element to it, given how you get going after a serial killer who's obsessed with horror movies and a failed writer who got his revenge by becoming a real killer by copying the names off of what they call a Deadpool, which is like celebrities and all, starting with Johnny Squares. Then this is some critic and some, I can't remember and a talk show host, and of course Harry on the list too. Yeah, and going on ahead, and you think that it was going to be Liam Neeson as the villain, but now, and of course with Dirty Harry, you gotta have some excellent quotes and action scenes, like oh, he's at a Chinese restaurant, and he goes, "You forgot your fortune cookie," boom, and then again when Lou Gennaro's men tries to ambush Harry at the beginning of the movie, and he just pops out of that car window of his detective of his car, and just the whole slow ascension, and then with his trusty 44 just blasting away at those goons. Hell, even one scene when he's with a reporter, and the gangsters Gennaro's men tries again, and he does that, and of course he had that homage to Bullet with an RC car and raggy old Monte Carlo, with old Rook using the car bomb, which is one that was used on the talk show host Nolan Collard. From the scene on the show, they talk about how when advocating for like government approved and regulated entertainment, and even with more Easter egg references to which is surprising for the franchise, because it was the only movie to mention besides the first one, to mention the Scorpio Killer. like how Enforcer mentioned the dead partner from Magnum Force, Smith. And also in Proverbial Fence is one of the third out of three movies that Eastwood made when he was while he was mayor of Conroe, California. The other being Heartbreak Ridge and something called Bird. I'm an Eastwood fan, but that one kind of ironically flew under my radar. I just looked that up on IMDb before I decided to do this video, and decided it was a perfect time to review Deadpool when it was October and the Halloween theme of the movie. Kind of ironic they didn't make it in October where all the restaurants and other background places having Halloween decorations and such. Given how his investigation centered around a horror movie and some deaths connected to it, one of which being a producer that gets killed by Harry while robbing a Chinese restaurant, which of course might has you think that Swan may or may not involved, but and even one even got to mention one of the earliest scenes of bits of Jim Carrey's career, and one of the funniest bits before Living Color, where he's making a video for Welcome to the Jungle, and he's lip syncing to it. That's where every time I hear that song, I always picture him lip syncing to it, and associated with it for a movie made in 1988, which featured the songs featured in the Appetite for Destruction album. And oof. Which, all I gotta say, definite 5 out of 5, flawless masterpiece. One of the most iconic action movies of the 80s. Great soundtrack, great cast. Because I can't see anyone else playing Dirty Harry Callahan. And I don't like, even if Scott decided just to take the mantle as a son of Harry, though, come to think of it, I'm kind of intrigued by that idea. But overall, a 5 out of 5. All right, y'all, that'll do it for this week. Or whenever I get a chance to review anyway. All right, I'll do it. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and if you've got any ideas, do please put them in the comments, and I might cross them off my list. All right, y'all, peace.